Hello, my name is Dark Zell Kings, and today I will be explaining why we are the true villains of Sparking Zero. Now, before anything, this gameplay that you see, this gameplay is old, okay? I don't use reflect items anymore. Reflect abilities anymore. This is basically when I was at my peak, so don't even mind this. Just, I guess, enjoy the gameplay in the back. I just, put it up there. I didn't play no Sparking Zero. I didn't feel like it. But I am here to talk to y'all though, because y'all wanted more Sparking Zero videos, so here I am. Okay, let's actually get this started. Now, I have to tell y'all something. Bondi wasn't really the reason why Sparking Zero fell off, man. I'm gonna tell you like it is. Sure. Somebody in my last video said, oh, they fixed the game. They did fix the game. And I completely agree. The game is better in my eyes now. But he says little too late. And that's true too. We kind of started this though. We did this. We should understand something. Yes, Bondi was too late just to fully fix the game when they really needed it the most. I admit that. That's the only problem I had with Bondi, that they kind of worked too slow. But other than that, they did everything basically right. When they released the game, this was a very unique anime fighting game, and I loved every bit of it. I said this in the last video. But something I'm really going to say in this video is that it is truly our fault. A lot of us don't take accountability for what actually happened to Sparking Zero. What I mean is the community really downs. Like, a real community can really flay on a game so hard, destroy a game's reputation so badly. This game's reputation was tarnished because of toxic players. I admit, the only competitive gameplay too kind of did make the game a little bad, so I will give that to Bondi too. Like, you kind of did only make this game really competitive after a certain point. Because what's the point of the what ifs and story mode and blah blah blah? If you can just grind a bunch of Zenny just playing a bunch of ranked matches or getting Shenron. Honestly, all the other game modes don't matter except for rank. Let's get real here. DP battles are cool and everything else, but come on, like, we're not idiots. This is the only game. This is like the only game truly that rank is the only thing everybody plays. There's only like 2,000 players getting on this game a day between 1,000. Of course, people are only going to play rank. They're not going to play the game for nothing else, unless for content on something else of like what ifs, what I saw a few days ago. Other than that, yeah, that's on Bondi. But what's on us? Come on. We abused everything in the wrong way. MUI users spamming the instantaneous moves, hit users spamming the key and instantaneous moves, the MUI users spamming the air hits. Like, people be like, oh, they put it in the game. Sure, they might have put it in the game, but you can't just sit back and be like, oh, yeah, I'm not the problem. Dude, you're legit the problem, man. You can't just spam key blast and expect everything's going to be lolly-dolly good. That's not how the world works, bro. You can't play Kefla and then say, oh yeah, this is Lord Akra Kefla, just key blast spamming a million times. Come on, that's not skill. That's not skill or anything, bro. That's just you being an asshole. And that's what makes you a villain in this game. Look, it's one thing if you use like 5 super attacks in one whole game. It is what it is. If you're using different super attacks, in my opinion, that little throw hands little, trope that this game has, if you can't throw hands, you actually can't fight. That's bullshit. Because at the end of the day, you should be able to throw hands and use your super attacks and your ki blast equally, in my opinion. If you want just a straight hand throwing game, go to fucking Tekken or some shit. Because this ain't it. This game is actually not it for that. So when you see people just like, oh man, you don't want to throw straight hands. Like, no, I'm on a Dragon Ball game. I came here to do Kamehamehas and shit and Final Flashes, bro. I didn't just come here to throw hands. Now, am I okay with just throwing hands? If I accept to it and I threw a super attack, oh yeah, that's on me. Other than that, I don't care. I'm going to throw a super attack or three throughout a whole game, and I don't even do ultimates really like that, bro. If I do an ultimate, if I miss, that's just game. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't do more than one ultimate. But if you do like 3 ultimates throughout a whole game, let me put it like this. If your only objective was to only do ultimates, and you're just spamming it, oh yeah, you're a loser. But if your objective is just to get into sparking mode, just to get an advantage, then you're smart, in my opinion. Because that's how you play. It is what it is. There's really no downside to that, or there's no cheesing behind that. It's not like you're spamming Ki Blast behind it. You're just fighting. And you just choose to go into sparking mode a bunch of times. But the people who like abuse sparking mode as in the wrong way, like, oh man, I get infinite Ki or blah blah blah, Ki, then ultimate at the end. Come on, bro. I'd rather you just do the ultimate in the beginning or halfway through. Like, what the hell? See? You don't talk about this stuff enough. These are the things that ruin Sparking Zero, because I'm going to tell you something that's crazy. In the first week when I had Sparking Zero, for the first 3 days, I did not touch rank because I wanted to feel like I could play the game for just having fun. Deadass. And I said, if I get on rank, it's going to ruin my whole perspective on the game. Did it? Surprisingly, not my whole perspective. Now, I can actually play anybody I want and actually feel like I have a chance instead of going against a blue health character, because they took out the blue health characters unless you have reflect items, which is actually awesome in my opinion. Now, don't get me wrong, I think it kind of did miss the concept of where, like, okay, some characters are better than these characters, and it's still like that. But health-wise, it's not like that anymore. Like, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is, of course, better than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. But now it's not as evident. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to be, like, forced to play like a 10 DP, 9 DP character now, just to prove yourself. You can play anybody you want, and it'll be more of an equal fight. Now, don't get me wrong. There are still characters like Beast Gohan, MUI Goku, Full Power Jiren, Cooler, characters who can transform to get their health back. It is what it is. I'm not gonna hold you. If you don't understand the fact that they can get back health and you can't stand that, that's just on you, bro. Because in my opinion, I can go against anybody. They gain back health. It is what it is. Sure, it's in their advantage, just by a slightly bit. They're not even gaining back like a whole health bar. They gain back like a half a health bar. Honestly. So yeah, I only use that, in my opinion, when I actually need it. But I don't really transform, because I remember I used UI Goku just the other day on somebody. And he whooped me. He was whooping me. I didn't transform on him, because I said if I transformed, I'm just kind of delaying the inevitable. And then I'll be forced to play an MUI Goku, which I don't want to play MUI Goku at all. I'm cool with playing with MUI Goku, but I don't like playing in MUI Goku. I don't know. He's just not my guy. I just don't like MUI Goku. I like UI Goku, not MUI Goku. It just couldn't be me. But no, the community just finds a way how to make your favorite characters into villains, bro, of the game. You see a Kefla? They're clearly a Ki Blast spammer. You see a Broly? He's gonna grab spam you or Ki Blast spam you. You see a MUI Goku? He's just gonna use his instantaneous move a billion times. This is things where we did this. We did that. We are the only ones who created this stereotype towards the characters. I think it's really about the characters. Because in my opinion, not everybody plays the same exact way how they are. Like, you get what I mean by that? What I mean is, like, we were the only ones to pick up the game and actually define these characters as who they are. Oh my gosh. I keep leaving out the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta mains. They were the biggest stereotypes in the game, bro. When you went against a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, people said, I seen post Instagram reels of like, oh, this is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I might as well log off now. Don't get me wrong. The chances of you winning against a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, even if you have so much skill, is kind of high. Because if you remember back then, when the sparking took less to do, and they had blue health bars, Like, bro, he was just so damn strong that it just boiled me to a point. The character was just so ridiculously strong. And you know what? This is like that in every Dragon Ball game. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is just above all for no reason. For no reason. That's how strong he was. Not Vegito, not the normal Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Which I can understand, but jeez. Now, put Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta mixed with a toxic player. Then you got that. Yup, the stereotype. Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas fight so damn fast, and they do one ultimate to you, bro, you're basically dead. And I'm guessing now that it's like, since I believe it's even, it's easier to beat a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Actually, if you see my other video, I used Super Broly against a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I won. I didn't win with hands, I'll tell you that. I won with strategy. Every time he got close to me, I just did blasting meteor. I don't give a shit. I just want to win sometimes. But still, nah. Like, you got me messed up. Like, look at this. This is an old matchup. I beat this Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. But there's times where y'all just push it. Y'all push rank too far. What I mean by that is, like, half of y'all just put everything into a game, bro. Y'all have to sweat your ass off. You have to learn the super counter. Like, there are super counter demons in the game, bro. Do I blame them for being good? No. They just learned the game. It is what it is. That's just a skill issue. If you can't super counter like them, it's a skill issue. It's not they're hacking. Either way, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. On that part, I don't blame them for being nice. And usually the super counter demons aren't even good characters. What I mean is they never use good characters. They prove that you don't have to use somebody above a fusion to win, in my opinion. They'll use like somebody like Bardock or Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Super Vegeta. You know, people like that. Namek Goku. Cool people like that. Because they're like, oh yeah, we just got skill. We don't need a strong character to do what we gotta do, to win. And I respect that. I like that. I actually do like that because they prove to everybody, hey, you don't have to use these characters to win. Don't get me wrong. Use the character if you want to use the character, but don't use the character to abuse the character. You know what I'm saying? Against people in rank. That's just messed up. If your favorite character is actually Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, use Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I'm not going to blame you for using Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. But sadly enough, the community put this title over him, this like stereotype over him, where it's like hard to just be like, damn, he's going to spam his rush move on me, or he's only going to want to get into his sparking mode and use his ult. You know what I mean? There's really no in between with Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas. But then I meet the Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas who actually just play normally, who don't just use one thing. You see this Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta I'm going against? He was just using mainly his wild sense. But I mean, shoot, why wouldn't he? If you think about it, shoot, I'm the one whooping him. He had no other choice just to keep using his wild sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be spamming. I would just probably let it happen. That's crazy, but think about it, guys. When people are backed in the corner, they might start getting desperate. When I'm backed into a corner, I try different things. Because clearly my strategy doesn't work. So I have to try something else. I am okay with trying different characters. That's why this video was posted. This gameplay was the Super Saiyan God duo, Vegeta and Goku. Because I say, yo, the Super Saiyan God duo are really good. Like, they're actually amazing. People don't know that because they rather use MUI Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Full Power Jiren, I like base form Jiren more, just letting y'all know. Yeah, he's just better, in my opinion. More easy, better moves, in my opinion. But, stuff like that. We made it so hard for somebody just to enjoy their favorite character, though, without them getting backlash or a message for just them beating you. If a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta beat me, and he played so normal, but he was nice, I don't even get mad, because I'd be like, he was just good. You know what I mean? Sure, he's using a cheap character, like a character that can get by easy in this game, but shoot, he didn't win because of the character. He won because he was actually nice. Some people don't actually know the difference between being good and just winning with just because you're using a character. Winning with just using the character is when you start cheesing with just the character, in my opinion. Because that doesn't make you good. If you're just cheesing with that character because he has a certain thing with that character and you're only using that thing, that's what makes you not good, in my opinion. That's not skill. You're just abusing what the character can give you. If he can do that on multiple characters, then I guess it's skill. As in, like, you know what I mean. Instead of just being like, I don't know how to explain it fully with this shit. For example, let's say you only spam Ki Blast. You can do that on every character. But MUI Goku just does it in a different way where, you know, like the airhead, I forgot what it's called. Like Soaring Fist. I'm going to call it Soaring Fist. That Soaring Fist is kind of like unblockable, bro. So it's hard to counter because it takes away your health still. Going another character tries to do that and doesn't have the unblockable, you're going back to MUI Goku or Fusamasu or somebody who has an unblockable, you know? Okay, I went against a Bojack the other day. Bro was really good. He lost, but he was really good. I was using, I think, like Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. But he was so damn good. I should have messaged him. You know, when I play the game, I'm going to message y'all and tell y'all like it is. If I have a great match with y'all, I'm going to be like, yo, you're good at the game, bro. Keep this up, man. Keep this up. No matter what. You switch your character, but you're good at the game. Don't play cheap. And I'm not going to say he was playing cheap. I'm saying, yo, keep just like this. Just improve your game, bro. Because a lot of people need to hear that more. Instead of just downing them. This community was ran off of toxicity. The only way how you can bring this community back is by giving them credit for what they can do right, you know? Instead of doing, oh, you're using Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Why don't you say, you know, you use Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in a unique way? Besides, like, cheap Gogeta. See? It's different, man. It's different. If your favorite character is End of Z Goku, man, then play End of Z Goku. Nobody's not going to sit back and be like, oh my gosh, he played End of Z Goku, so he won. If you are like that, bro, you need help. Deadass, you're a weirdo. Because it shouldn't be this game where we just blame somebody for playing a character they like. They're gonna play whoever they want, and that's just how it's gonna go. If you can't go by that, if you can't respect that, then get the fuck off the game. You shouldn't be on this game, in my opinion. Shoot, back then, just like with Xenoverse 2, I hated the fact some people played certain characters, but then when I really thought about it, I'm like, you know, I shouldn't blame them for playing the character. I should blame them for the way how they play that character. Forget about choosing character. Think about the way how they play them. If they play the character in a cheap way, then yeah. Then you can say they're trash. But if they played the character and they're just good, then you can't blame them. Because they're here to win, but they're not cheap. They're just good. You know? Top tier. So I'm not going to blame nobody for playing Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, MUI Goku, or nobody ever again. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. We are the true villains. The community is the villain of Sparking Zero. We ran out everybody in our game. Everybody. In just a few short months, everybody was gone. Because, number one, skill gap. I admit, a lot of people just couldn't keep up. I'm not going to sit back and say, oh my gosh, we bullied them out. No, I just think half of them didn't have the stomach to play this game. They thought it was going to be a glorious wonderland and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? It wasn't what they thought it was. That's on them. That's on them. They're pussies. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You don't need everybody just to play the game. You just need the good players to play and not play cheap. That's how I see it. Have fun. Accept the game for what it is. This game is very beautiful. We shouldn't destroy it. And I'm telling this to everybody, even all the content creators. I don't care who sees it. I don't care what content creator sees it. I don't care what Sparking Zero player sees this video. What I'm going to tell you is that just accept the game for what it is. Don't destroy it. If you want to point a finger to somebody else who actually deserves it. Not to the people who don't deserve it, like Bondi. Sure, slow to action, but still, they still made a great game and they fixed it very well. I played it the other day. It felt so good. Sure, I couldn't super counter like that, but it felt so good. Shoot, I might even run some matches, record them, and make some challenge videos again here and there. Maybe once out the week. While I make my Dead by Daylight. I'm thinking about getting on GTA, maybe some Roblox games, and maybe some Let's Plays. But Sparking Zero will always be part of my inventory of playing the game, bro. I just love this game. And I can't sit back and just hate on it. I'm not going to hate on this game. At least not anymore. I used to. And this is where the final minute of the video comes from. I have to apologize. I was one of the reasons why Sparking Zero turned out the way it did. If I actually have to accumulate, I think I recorded I had 30,000 viewers, right, watching me rant about how bad, in some sort of way, the game is. And you know what? Coming back to it now, and looking back to what I was doing, I was like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, don't get me wrong, in the moment, sure, it might have seemed, it made sense, but it doesn't now. It doesn't. It's our faults. We are the true villains of Sparking Zero. Let's fix that together. Let's not destroy the game we all love to play. This was Dark Zell King with We Are the True Villains, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.